Have you ever been in a situation where it's so hard for you to make a financial decision? I have had my fair share of things. I really understood finances in such a minute way growing up, and I heard this term coined, broke parents make broke kids, and I wondered to myself, intriguing way to say it, right? So I thought, let's dissect what that actually could mean. You know what I'm saying? So I was saying to myself, all right, cool. What can I understand from how finance is made? And I was gonna read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, but my commitment issues didn't allow me to. There's, for some reason, I just don't know. I listened to the audiobook, but I didn't read the book. What I grasped from the book is that obviously the author is giving its perspective of how he attained two perspectives in his life, from a rich dad and a poor dad, and how they operate and how they move. I digress. What I have learned, I'm going to give you 5 things that I have learned about finances and how I improve my finances, and how this term is not true, that broke parents make broke kids. To some folk, it's not true. Like, the statement is not true, but truth is selective to whosoever holds this perspective, right? And I wanted to give any fellow young lady coming up some advice, or young man watching this video some advice, but without the jargony type of behavior. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I grew up in a single parent household. My mom, me, and my 3 sisters. There's 5 of us, but at the time there's 4 of us. But I could always realize that my mom, bless her, she used the resources that she had and understood that, okay, cool, this is what we have, this is how we use it. I wasn't taught how to stock away money and reinvest money into a stock market or a share, or even understand how to gain assets based on this. Let me give you the breakdown of how this term can be coined to be true, if just to really grasp who this is for, and anybody can make it out of this rough rut that they're in. So I grew up in a single parent household. Mom, 3 girls, apart from me, makes 4. Making less than $15,000 a year, doing all kinds of odd jobs, doing independent work, hairdressing, doing, I remember one time she worked for in-home care. So it was all cash-based businesses. Now, the way I'm going to talk and the terms I'm going to coin, y'all need to learn these terms, because at the end of the day, it was never about where she worked or what she did. It was never about that. So we know how to get money. That's the easiest part. Everywhere you go, every educational system that you enter, they teach you how to get the job, how to get the work, how to do this, how to do that, right? But they never tell you how to keep the money. They tell you how to get the money and how to spend the money and get installments and buy furniture for your house, get yourself a mortgage, layaway. They teach you all about these things to get the money and just waste it, dash it back into the system. They never taught us how to save the money. That's the first tip I realized. These systems are made for us to fail, right? They're not made for us to thrive in the way that we're supposed to go. So that's the first thing I want you to remember. There will always be a job. There will always be a odd thing to do. There will always be a little hustle on the side, jobs, right? But she never learned how to pivot. I see my mother open a nursery, but guess what? She did not learn how to pivot, right? And I never understood how a woman could be so lucky. I should have a book. Lucky mom, not lucky mom. Anyway, how can you have so many sources of income and yet you are still financially deprived? And that's when I learned she didn't learn how to pivot. If you do hair or any of these cash-based businesses, or if you work cash to cash, hand to hand. You need to learn how to pivot. If you do hair, we see it nowadays. Nowadays, social media is a great resource you can use to ensure that you can pivot the right way, right? A lot of hairdressers, for example, they do amazing hair, right? And don't get me wrong, they have their great clientele, but you go into the hairdressing shops and they're just standing there. They have no clientele. You can go all around your community and do whatever you want, but let me tell you what the young cats have on you. What the young cats have on you, and I'm not talking about age, I'm talking about people who are up to par with this generation's technology. Here's what the young cats got on you, right? You didn't learn how to pivot using your talent and resources to get more clientele. And this is just an example of how you can reach multiple people and just be in their spot. So you can have your brick and mortar, you can have your place where you reside and do hair and have your clientele, but you can also put yourself on Google, have yourself an SEO, run it. You know how many times, I remember there was one time I wanted this lady to do my hair so bad, right? I wanted to do braids or something like that. Bear in mind, I can do hair, but like for some reason, it's a skill to do braids like that. I go to her, I booked the appointment, right? And the number she gave me was faulty, but I remember the name of the salon. I go on Google and I don't see the salon name. So you know what that's telling me? You're not registered on Google. And now you just lost a customer. And now the number you've given me is faulty. So that second thing, you don't have a business number. And then I'm just saying, damn, I really want to find. So I go on Instagram, look up the name. Guess what? I don't see nothing. I only see, I think, one hashtag of the location and the location of the salon, nothing else. So now you've just lost one customer. How many other customers are you losing because your number is incorrect or you're just incompetent in answering the phone? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's the first thing. We know how to make... One second. And we're back. Focus. So the second thing I realized too is learning to talk about money and what to do when you get money. Oh my God, this one was so mind-boggling. Learning how to talk about money, learning like I deserve to be paid more type shit. Like, I can't believe I said that. I'm sorry. That is so... Anyways, I learned how to talk about money by knowing my worth. If you're in a job more than 2 years, you need to be asking for a raise. I'm sorry. You cannot be in this job and then just hoping that these bosses or employers are going to just assume that you deserve more. That doesn't make any sense. Honey, I'm so sorry, but you need to be asking for that raise, asking for a new role, something to show these people, even if you don't even like the job that much, it doesn't matter. Go there and make sure that they don't get complacent with you. Because once you make them get complacent with you, they're going to try and they're going to run your it's nothing, fam. Like, So yeah, learning to talk about money and the lingos. I read more about how to talk finance, how to talk shop. I learned how different investment sectors have different lingos, like real estate have a whole language to themselves. And these conversations and learning to talk about money not only makes you look more attractive to whoever you're doing business with, it helps you. Business is everywhere. You can't run from business. And if you don't know how to even start, hire someone, hire a CPA, hire an accountant. Hold on, my baby. Hire an accountant or hire a CPA. The third thing I also realized is you cannot implement what you don't know. Say you have to continuously want to learn. You have to continuously go out there and really be about this life. Really go out there and search. Because if you sit down, honestly, I know so many people who want change in their life and they want financial success and financial freedom and all of these things, right? And it's mind-boggling. Like, I really be shocked on how people self-sabotage themselves. They want the success, but when I ask them, okay, for example, say someone wants to do a business in jewelry, right? And I come with all the questions. I'll be like, okay, what type of jewelry you want to sell? Which manufacturer do you want to use? What type of design? Do you want it to be a drop shipping type of jewelry? Do you want to actually design the jewelry and let a jeweler actually cut the type of design that you want? And you know what I hear from the other end? Crickets. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. They do not even know the beginning of where they want to start. And that's just crazy. You cannot, it's mad. Moving deep into the financial world, learn everything that you can so you don't feel left out. I used to feel like stocks and trading and Forex was so intimidating. I was like, what? I was seeing all these videos of Wall Street and like the boards, and I was just like, wait, me supposed to learn that? Go there? Wait, me supposed to go and learn about stock markets and Forex and all them something there? But money is a byproduct of the action that you do. So if you think you are going to receive money based off thin air, there is no rule in the universe that allows that. There has to be some transactional something happening for you to receive it, right? Even if you think you didn't have to work for it, you did. You had to ask for it, or you had to hint at it. I don't care what you want to say or what scenario you want to make up. You have to put in some form of work to get this money, and that's on that. So it's up to you how you want to attain this, right? I also learned that not every money is good money. Some money will leave faster than some money. You know what I'm saying? That in itself is something to really dive into, right? I also learned about investing my money so I can have it later. I learned about having trust funds for my family, using insurance as my own bank, learning different lingos that will protect me and my family. Now that I have children, that's a big thing. I'm sorry, 1 second. We're back. I had to mom duties. So yeah, I was saying that money is a byproduct, and I learned about tax write-offs. Learned about tax write-offs and LLCs. This is so crazy. I think she's just used to me talking while she's been in my belly and in these videos. Anyway, so I also learned the amount of money you make, it doesn't matter. As I said in the beginning, getting money is the easy part. And if you don't have a path for the money to go, it's gonna be stressful. So what I do have a percentage rule, which is 50-30-20. Any amount of income I get, whether it's from $1,000 to $10,000, $100, it doesn't matter. Any amount of money that you get, have a rule of how you're going to share it in place. I guarantee you it will keep you on track and you won't be broke. This is what we're learning from. We're trying to break all the generational curses as possible. Yeah. And the last thing I learned, changed my perspective too, is good debt and bad debt. What is one? Good debt and bad debt. Let's wrap this up because I think my baby needs something. She thinks she's gassy. Good debt and bad debt. I never knew that there were such things as good debt, bad debt. I thought debt was just debt. You know what I'm saying? I thought debt was just debt. But good debt is what? You use debt to gain more money in your pocket and pay off that debt. Bad debt is buying something that's going into your pocket and also keeping you owing the other person as well. Main example of this is you go take out a loan by the bank and go buy yourself some clothes and shoes, and now you're in the red still. You ain't got no profit, no nothing in your pocket, and you still owe the bank that money. Good debt is if you use the bank's money to buy real estate or a multi-family home, and you get the money back plus tax and profit, pay off your loan that you got from the bank and have profit to buy more and keep doing that over and over again. That is good debt, right? And I don't know how much more game I can give you than that, but that's a gem right there. Yeah. Bonus tip, I would like to give some advice when it comes to like really investing and really making life better. Family will be the worst of you if you keep saying yes. Do not be afraid to say no, my friend. Okay? Sometimes you have to learn to say no, because sometimes on your journey and you learn how to finally take charge of your finances, the leeches finally come in. And money is also psychology, you know what I'm saying? So if you feel like certain people just don't understand where your vision is heading, I'm sorry, but those people gotta go. That's another thing I learned too. And that's just that on it. I'm gonna leave you a free ebook free PDF down below with all the tips that I suggested in this video, and a questionnaire on how to assess your feelings and how to make rational decisions when it comes to your goals and finances. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.